Well, hi there, everyone. How's it going? It's feeling like summertime, even if we're really close to, I believe, the longest day of the year here. And it means kind of the middle of the year for me when I always think about this time of year. And I was going over payroll applications that I have, and one of the most popular videos that I've ever done on YouTube is about pay stubs and calculating tax and creating pay stubs. And I realized, well, yeah, I kind of understand why. It's that this has to be presented oftentimes for verification of work history and amounts of money. And I understand why people want to create it on their own. I totally get it, as well as businesses that are using it legitimately because you're running a business and you want to know what your taxes are. So this file, this Microsoft Excel file, is great at organizing your small business payroll and generating pay stubs that you can customize. And it also does the taxes correctly so that when you actually have to file and want to know what it really is, you can organize this information really well. So I'm going to talk about Michigan today, talk about how to generate a pay stub if you have a business in Michigan. And I'm also going to talk in theory about how easy this is to do and kind of to understand your own small business. Because I mean, I run my own small business, even though the only person on my payroll is me, and it's a sole proprietor. So it's not very difficult. But I've also run this and helped with numerous businesses across the country, dozens and dozens and dozens of businesses across the country. I'm sure over 100 in the life of this thing, which has been over a decade now. But I think I'm having about like 50 or 60 different businesses I've worked with or sold this file to this year, something like that, in all types of businesses across the country. So it's really dynamic and really fun, and I like that I can easily solve everyone's problems and get this out to you. So let's talk about Michigan and what you need to do to have a correct pay stub and how to record information in here. So I won't get into how you can change the pay period frequencies in this, because you totally can. You can make this a bi-weekly instead of a weekly. You can make it a semi-monthly. You can do all that. That takes a while to explain, and it's in other videos. So let's just say that you're paying weekly, 52 periods this year. And you want to figure out, well, when is the first paycheck date and how many days after the pay period are you issuing the paycheck? That's what this stuff's all about. It's gonna set your pay periods and your pay frequency by putting stuff in there. And what that's going to do is going to allow you to enter in information that relates to certain days and keep track of everything. Now, the first thing I always say to do in here is look at your employee info sheet and get your information for your employee in, because there's types of information that you have to record for different states and for federal purposes. You need to have them fill out a W-4, and hopefully it's a newer W-4 from 2020 or later, which has these questions over here. Are they married? Yes or no? What state are they in? We're just working with Michigan, but in the Google Sheet version, which is another live version of this file that I'm not fully complete with, but I'm pretty done with, and you can use it for certain states, including Michigan. It does work. Here in this one, you've got options of picking the state. Why did I jump over here real quick? I did that because I wanted to show that you can choose different states. Exactly. You have all types of different states that ask different questions. And when you choose the state up here, it changes the questions that the state is asking you. This stuff's going to change right here. Alabama's going to now ask for not Michigan W-4 exemptions. But once the Google Sheet is done processing, which it now is, it says, hey, what were the personal exemptions for Alabama? But we're getting off topic. Point is the Google Sheet shows the full 50 state version, even though the Excel is just one state for ease of use for just using it in Michigan. So Michigan may ask for local information. If you got a city residence, there's all these cities here. So you can choose a city and the tax rate is going to change automatically. You can also do your Michigan W-4 exemptions, fill out your W-4 information here. And there's other personal information you can add in, which will be added, I believe, automatically on the pay stub as well. New street. Somewhere in Michigan. Let's see if that carries forward to the pay stub. Yep, it does right here. So anyway, point is you have this personal information that you enter in on the employee info sheet. Then you go to the daily entry sheet, put the name, you choose the name, whatever day it is, maybe we're working now today on the 20th. do 40 hours for the whole week. Just say this was like the whole week's pay. You can make it real easy. Got other types of hours you can put here. You can get real complicated on here if you want to or not. Then you just go to the main pay period record sheet. And I usually hide all this stuff so that it's easier to see what you're doing. And if you have any additional state or federal tax withheld, that would go there. But let's say that that's really extra stuff. So let's just hide it. All the hours are going to come in automatically from the daily entry sheet that you just did. So everything's in here. And then you can just put the hourly rate of the employee for whatever period you're talking about. And any salary or bonus, garnishments, child support, stuff like that, reimbursements would go here. A whole bunch of other options for more complicated withholdings and deductions that you may never use, but it's there for some businesses. If you have a redness, that means you didn't put an hourly rate in here. It's asking you for an hourly rate because it sees hours for the period. And guess what? You're done. Just choose the person's name, choose the pay period. And voila, you got a paycheck set for Michigan. And you go to the next pay period and the year-to-date totals carry forward appropriately. This thing, you can print this, print it on a check, right? Because it's set up to turn the numbers into words. I wrote some code to do that. I covered everything basically right here. So you don't want to type over these values. Resist your urge to type over these formulas in here because these formulas are supposed to be correct when you enter the information incorrect in the other sheets. So what do you do on this pay stub sheet then? This video is about pay stubs, right? So like, what do you do here? Well, let's say you're not Ken Braverman. Let's say that's a terrible image of Kid Rock. I had a better resolution. It's supposed to be Kid Rock. Well, you can import your images however you want to import your images, but you can start putting images here. You can start inserting and extending rows. You know, you can set your print area when you go and you do your print area. Print area is under page layout. So you can highlight whatever you want as far down as you want, but you can color, you can do anything you want to with this. It's totally yours. And as long as you don't write over the formulas here, it's going to be correct all the time, as long as the original information you put in here was correct. And this thing extends out for 10 employees. You know, a lot of people will browse this thing by just choosing a specific pay period in this filter. So you could say we only care about, you know, the current pay period of June 23rd, let's say. And you're going to get all the employees and how many hours they work this pay period. Not to mention all the other reports. And it's good to show you how we create this. This is other state reports, and I'm deleting some stuff because they're for other states. And I was trimming this file down for just Michigan for somebody who purchased it tonight. And it shows you how easy it is to do that. So this is the 941 that you can browse. This is for other reporting. It's not pay stub reporting, but what is your Michigan tax? Bam, there it is for Q1, broken out by month, Q2, and a local tax for the cities, which are discussed in here when you choose a city, right? So anyway, that's how you can generate an accurate pay stub that's tracking the actual flow of payroll in your business and get the information in here really quick, because it just involves putting a new employee in, right? Kid Rock. Yes, is he married? I don't know. I'm gonna say yes. I don't know, Kid Rock. How many exemptions? I'm sure you got more than a few exemptions. Where are you living? Are you still living in Flint? Where'd you come from? Grand Rapids? I'm gonna get yelled at for that. All right, you're married, filing jointly. Do you have any kids? You probably got kids. Your kid, right? Where you can put wherever he lives. You can put your daily entry or not. You can just put your weekly entry. Remember, we're doing this pay period here, just June 30th, 23rd, whatever. So here's Kid Rock. Let's give him a $300,000 bonus, 30,000 for this week, because he's Kid Rock. He makes a lot of money. He's got some child support though. I'll say 5,000. I don't know. I'm kidding with Kid Rock here. Anyway, you do that and voila, right? Instead of Ken, you've got Kid Rock for what pay period? 6/23, which is this. You could just type it in or just put that, bam. He owes Grand Rapids $450 and he owes Michigan $1,266. And voila, he's got an $11,000 paycheck on, wow, I mean, that's a lot of federal tax. You get paid a lot per week, see how much you pay. So assuming all of these statistics were correct, which they're completely fabricated, and I'm certainly having fun with a fun guy in Kid Rock here. That is how easy it is to do. So enjoy payroll, everybody. It should be easy. So make it so. And we are making it so.